Welcome back, everybody. We're here to pull cards for July the 11th. I am going to be pulling one card for overall energy. After that, we'll pull one card for each sign, and we'll see how those energies meld together for our predictions for each sign as we go through the zodiac. If you know your sun sign and your friend's sun signs, you can get a little bit of information out of something like this. But if you know your ascendant and your houses, you can actually pull quite a bit of information out of a fast little reading like this. Okay, overall energy shows up as the 10 of cups. Woo woo, I like it. This talks about reaching a certain level of satisfaction, of fulfillment, of happiness, if you will. So we like this, reaching some kind of target or goal there, doing something that makes us feel happy, satisfied, fulfilled. So we're off to a good start. I like this overall energy. We're going to see what comes up that feeds into it as we go through the zodiac now. What do we have? Aries, you guys are up first as usual. Aries at bat. Prince of Cups. This just tells me that whatever this happiness, satisfaction, or sense of fulfillment that you have here has to do with the idea of either doing something to express how you feel to somebody else or doing something to express how you feel towards yourself. Has to do with expressions of care and love. So we like to see things like this. So you may be doing something really enjoyable with a loved one that just feels great, or you may be doing some self-care that makes you feel, pampered and cared for and, like you're not angry at yourself or beating yourself up, just the opposite. You're actually pampering yourself. So one of those two is what we have coming up for Aries today, depending on what your situation is. Next up, we're looking at Taurus. Okay, Five of Cups coming up in reverse. Taurus, this just means that we are letting something go today that was keeping us from our happiness, satisfaction, sense of fulfillment. It's always fascinating to me whenever we hold on to negative energy, even when it's justified, how it seems to block good energy from coming in. We know we didn't deserve whatever caused the negative energy, but somehow holding on to that grudge keeps what we do deserve from coming in. So I really like it that we're letting go of something, letting go of some kind of grudge or hurt or injury, letting it wash away down the creek. Bye bye. All right, let's look at Gemini. How are you achieving happiness today, Geminis? Ten of Pentacles showing up in reverse. You guys have a new challenge, a new target, a new goal that's making you feel happy and satisfied. You like this new goal that you're setting for yourself. And this new goal is one that allows you to upgrade your sense of security, whether that has to do with relationships or whether that has to do with finances. But you're doing something that upgrades your sense of security or material goods. Boop-a-doo-doo, setting a goal to upgrade that. All right, let's look next at Cancer. Cancer, Cancer. King of Cups. This is one of your court cards here, Cancer. Look at this, the Ten of Cups to the King of Cups. Whatever you're doing to upgrade your happiness, this is something that you've already got the foundation on this set. You're just taking this happiness to the next level. So if we're talking about upgrading happiness, um, through relationships, somebody that you want to spend more time with. This can be, um, you know, this could be coming to an arrangement where you're gonna, I don't know, meet this person and go for a walk like every Thursday if it's a friend or something like that. This can also be the idea of if we're talking about some type of romantic partnership where we're upgrading the level of happiness and meeting that point, we could be getting married or we could be getting into an exclusive partnership. But this is something that makes us happy, satisfied, fulfilled, that we've been dealing with, working on, building on for a while, and now we are leveling up. Okay, so this isn't a new thing for cancers, okay? Next up, we're looking at Leo. Let's take a peek at Leo. Let's take a peek at Leo. Let's take a peek at Leo. Okay, Leos. Ah, Six of Cups. Look at that. Let's get out of the glare if we can. Just clouds is what we're kind of missing out on there from the glare. Clouds out the window. Anyway, Six of Cups for Leos. We're getting a lot of Cups cards now. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 5 signs have Cups cards, with the overall being the Ten of Cups. So this is going to be a day all about emotions, about fulfillment, satisfaction, happiness. This is going to be what we're focused on today for quite a few of us. Now, Six of Cups. We're doing something that used to make us happy and satisfied in the past. Maybe we kind of wandered away from it. We got distracted by everyday life, paying the bills, whatever, maintaining the home, whatever this was, other responsibilities. Leos, I think you're doing something that made you feel happy and satisfied in the past, and I think you're enjoying it still. It got pushed to the back burner because we're trying to be responsible. You're taking some time to go back and enjoy that again. Maybe you're showing whatever this is to your kids and letting them experience it. And as you're doing that, you're finding that, you know what, that satisfaction from whatever this is hasn't worn off for you yet either. All right, next up, we're looking at Virgo, Virgo, Virgo. What do you have? Queen of Swords showing up in reverse. Why? Well, that's a contradictory thing. Oh, have you guys ever heard Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine? It talks about it talks about happiness, which is what we're looking at here today. And it talks about how this person that is the subject of the song, like, hid from happiness as she washed it down the drain in the kitchen sink. Um, Happiness had to hit her like a bullet in the back. I mean, it had to overtake her. It had to be a sneak attack to overtake her, a bullet in the back. So with this Queen of Swords in reverse, Virgos, you may want to you may want to reconsider if you feel this energy coming in. Queen of Swords in reverse says you're cutting out our overall energy. You're cutting out the possibility of getting to that landmark where you feel satisfied, fulfilled, content. You're cutting this out. And this is a hard cutout. This is not like you're kind of wandering away from the idea of happiness. This is looking straight at your happiness, your satisfaction, your sense of fulfillment, and going, nope, I'm having nothing to do with that. That's what this is. That is what this is. I'm laughing, but really I should be crying. Virgos, that's not what we want to do. That is not what we want to do. What's going on here? Why are y'all doing that? Why are y'all doing that? Queen of Swords cutting out happiness. Cutting out happiness. I gotta know. We're gonna look at this one just because. Whew. A lot of people actually do cut out happiness. This shouldn't be something that surprises me. I was raised in such a way that, um, I think what was imprinted on me for when I was a little girl, without people realizing they were imprinting it on me, was this idea that if you're happy, something is about to explode. So don't be happy, because if you're too happy, then things are going to fall apart. If you're just kind of moderate, almost happy, then things will stay okay. But don't be too happy. And I kind of wonder if there's not something like that going on with you Virgos. It's been a while since I've seen this kind of energy in my life, but I have seen it. Let's see what's going on. Let's get a little bit more clarification. Why are you guys cutting out happiness? Has to do with work. Has to do with work. Okay, so I'm using my Lenormand cards for you guys. I wasn't going to show you the cards on a clarification, but I think I'm going to. In case those of you who read Lenormand have a different interpretation, then that's totally cool. You can always have two interpretations. But for a clarification on that Queen of Swords, cutting out your happiness, we start off with the anchor. So that's what tells me work, security, stability. Generally, that's work. We have the garden with fireflies in it. Normally, this just says public place to me, but this really, to me, is talking about celebration. You know, the garden would be like a park. When the Lenormand cards were actually created, the gardens were where people would bury their loved ones. And those would be what we would consider like a city park now. Um, People would bury their loved ones in the parks. And then they would also go and have picnics in the parks. And so the families may gather in the sections of the park where their family members were buried and have their celebrations in the park where their family members were buried. Now, we wouldn't do that now in our culture. That's not something that, a lot of people would be really freaked out by that. But in that culture, in that day and age, that's what they did. And so what I'm really pulling off of this is there's some kind of like a celebration. And I think this is a celebration that has to do with family or possibly tribe, but for a lot of you, family. And I'm saying tribe or family because of the tree. The tree has to do with family, but the tree also has to do with longevity. And the tree is mirroring our anchor card there. Okay. So when our tree is mirroring our anchor card, these are talking to each other, they're interacting with each other. Kind of like if you were looking at astrology and you had, planets interacting with each other, these are mirroring each other, they're talking to each other, which says not only is this because the tree is close to the garden or the park, it is a family celebration, I think, that we're having there, but it also, the reason you're cutting off the happiness is because of work. You want to keep your job. You want to impress somebody at work. So I think what's going on here, Virgos, sorry, I keep shaking the table, which shakes the camera. I think what's going on here is you are passing up a family celebration, which you would love to be at, to work for that security, for that stability. That's what I see for you, Virgos. Okay. As long as that does not become a habit or a trend, because then you lose security when you lose those bonds with your family and your tribe. Interesting. Interesting. Well, that was a whole little sidetrack, wasn't it? Let's move on to Libra. Libra. Ten of Cups overall. High Priest showing up in reverse. Libras, you have somebody giving you some bad advice about finding your happiness, your satisfaction, your fulfillment. Somebody who is not in touch, not in tune, not tapped in, trying to tell you what you should be happy about, where your satisfaction, where your fulfillment should be. Nobody can tell us where our satisfaction and our fulfillment is. We know that. They can tell us what theirs is. Can't tell us what ours is. So Libra, whatever they're saying, take it with a grain of salt. If it's possible, be polite. But I wouldn't act on whatever that advice is. Follow your intuition. It'll tell you. Next up, let's look at Scorpio. Okay, Scorpios. Nine of Pentacles. Scorpios are known, man, we're known to like our alone time. I think we're finding some happiness, some satisfaction, a sense of fulfillment by doing something on our own today. Maybe it's going for a hike. Maybe it is doing things to set the foundation for a new business. Who knows? Could be some type of entrepreneurial activity. Could be any other thing that brings us satisfaction or fulfillment as well. Whatever it is, I think we're doing it on our own. We don't really need anybody else's help for this. We've got it. We've got whatever this is. All right, so let's see. Let's see. Next, we're looking at Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you guys have the death card in reverse. Y'all know I would never call a card death. I would call it transmutation, transformation, something like that. Death in reverse. Boop ba da doo doo. Along with that Ten of Cups. Sagittarius, you may be off of vacation, but not really acting like you're not on vacation anymore. That could be coming up here. Looks to me like there's something going on that makes you feel happy, satisfied, content. You're holding on to it. You're not stepping away from it. You're not letting other people pull you away from it. You're holding on to that. You're not changing that. So somebody is probably confronting you. They're probably asking you to change something. They're probably asking you to do something different, give up something that you really enjoy. Maybe you love to practice the violin. Maybe you sound terrible, but you love to practice. Somebody could be saying, "Hey, can you stop that? Like, do you really have to do that?" You're saying, "Yeah, I really have to do that. I get a lot of fun out of that. I enjoy it." Okay, that's just one silly example, but there it is. All right, let's look at Capricorn. Capricorn, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorns, let's see what you have. Boop ba da doo doo. Four of Cups, Capricorn. Woot woot. What's going on here? This is a little contradictory. It's not as extreme as Virgo's, but it's definitely a little contradictory. What are you doing here, Capricorn? Looks to me like you have met some kind of target or goal to where you're feeling happiness, you're feeling satisfied. Yeah, you're feeling fulfilled. But we've got a Four of Cups, which says, but I'm also having a pity party. Why is that? Were you expecting to get to this landmark of happiness, satisfaction, and fulfillment like a week ago and it took this long and now you're feeling sorry for yourself that it took this long? If you feel this pity party energy coming in, please stop. That's what's nice about having a heads up. Pity party energy just turns this around. It turns the train around. We're already on a good track. Feeling happy, satisfied, fulfilled. We're getting that. We're in that nice momentum of moving forward with our lives in a good and positive and healthy and efficient way. Doing the pity party shuts all that down. It's like you just pull all the coal right out of that train engine right there. Stop the momentum. Stop moving forward in a happy, productive way. Don't do that. Don't do that. If there's something that you're disappointed about this, shrug it off. What's the next thing you can do that's positive, that's productive, that helps you move forward? Focus on that. Don't focus on the pity party because you don't want to kill your momentum. You've got some good momentum going now. Maybe it's not as fast as you want, but it's still good momentum. It's going in the right direction. Let's keep it going. Let's not shut it down. Gratitude is the attitude today, man. All right, next up, let's look at Aquarius. Let's see what you guys have. Aquarius. Haha. Rebirth showing up in reverse. Aquarius, this is really awesome. So there is something from your past that you could get involved in again if you wanted to. I think you walked away from it for a reason, though. And I don't think you're getting back involved in that. I don't think you're picking that back up or getting back into that, whatever it was. I don't think you're doing that. And the reason I don't think you're doing that is because you found your happiness, your satisfaction, your fulfillment right where you are. You don't have to go back into that old thing to find that. And in fact, going back into that old thing moves you back into a position that worked for you in the past, but it's not going to work for you now. And I don't think that you need me to tell you that it's not worth picking that thing back up again. You're not doing it. You're not doing it because you're happy just the way you are. All right, next up, let's look at Pisces. Don't ask me where the little melodies come from because they are not mine. They are not mine. So I'm guessing they mean something to somebody somewhere. Bum, ba-da-da-ba. Let's look at Pisces. Pisces. Seven of Cups showing up in reverse Pisces. Pisces, this is awesome and fun. It looks to me like you have reached some kind of goal that allows you to feel more happiness, satisfaction, fulfillment. And it's almost like as soon as you get to that goal, now you're looking at, okay, where else can I build up? Where else can I improve in my life? And you're focusing on that next step. I don't know if you're giving yourself some time to smell the roses here or not. I think that Pisces, you may have already just anticipated this, known it was coming, been working on manifesting it. You may have already felt how it was going to feel when it happens. And so you've kind of already processed through all of that even before it came into being. Now that it's come into being, now you're like, it's like you're at the starting gate. Now you're like, okay, what can I manifest next? Focusing on that. Pow, what's the next challenge? I want to, just chomping at the bit into the next challenge right off the bat. We like it. It's good energy. All right, guys. So that's what we have for today. I'm liking it. For most of us, this is fabulous, fabulous energy. Couple of y'all got a little bit of a heads up. But hey, for most of us, this is fabulous energy. These are the days that, somebody like me likes to do a reading. I'm not going, oh, don't say anything because it's negative. All right, so I'm really loving this reading for today. This is fantastic. You guys, thank you very much for being here and spending some of your precious, precious time with me. I appreciate that so much too. You guys are my sponsors, and I am very happy to have you guys as my sponsors. So if you would, please put a thumbs up on this video, share it out to the world, and leave your feedback down below. Of course, I am doing Reiki and readings today, so if you want to schedule something like that, all you have to do is check out my website. I have lots of classes there too. You may want to look at those, see if you're interested in anything coming up there. And just, give it a once over, look at it. All my contact information is there. If you have any questions, just get a hold of me and we'll get you taken care of as quickly as we can. Everyone have a fantastic day. Peace out.